Your first funnel doesn't exist to sell. It exists to build relationships. If you're building first funnel, this is the mistake almost everyone makes. The first problem funnels should actually solve is building a relationship. Once you build a relationship, what happens is that will automatically lead to sales. Beginners are told that they need a sales page. And once they actually build a sales page, they need what's called an order bump. And then they need an upsell. And then they need to automate everything. So they build a funnel to extract value before they earn the actual trust. So let me repeat this one more time. Beginners are actually told to actually build sales pages on order bump, then do an upsell on top of that, and automate the whole sequence before they even build the most important ingredient, and that is trust. If you don't have any trust from your customers, then this actually means absolutely nothing. Before you start building anything, before you start going through the whole motion, your main objective is to understand what the funnel is for, what the goals of the funnel are to build trust. The first thing that funnel should solve is, how do I stay connected? If you have a person joining your email list or your list, your number one goal is, okay, how do I stay in contact with this person? Most people, they're not ready to buy, they are curious, they are learning. Your job is to keep the conversation going. So you need to have a dialogue with this individual, and what your job is very simple. Well, let me just put it here, is to lead them. You need to lead them through different scenarios. And then eventually what happens is they will come in here, and then your job is to lead them up. And then obviously when they come down, you lead them up again. So like a heartbeat, you lead them into your final offer by building trust. So this is why an email list actually matters. So your funnel here will lead eventually onto your email list here. And once your individual gets through your funnel onto your email list, this is where you start building this relationship and having that conversation with that person. Not because email is actually magical. Email helps because it shows up again, it builds a familiarity, it helps you before you actually sell. That's the real purpose of a beginner funnel. So eventually your job is to get to this point, to be able to lead someone into a funnel, pick up the email address onto an email list, and then have that conversation with that person. Selling is all the way at the bottom. This whole process of building this conversation, going through the emotions, that takes time. So once you build that relationship with the person and people getting to know you and they know who you are and they also trust that you will help them, eventually this will lead to the selling bit where you then have the dollar sign where things are going to come in. This also explains why tools don't really matter. Beginners feel confused by funnels. They are solving the wrong problems at first. Remember this, your first funnel isn't about selling, it's about starting a relationship. So this whole process that you're seeing here is building a relationship, okay? A relationship between you and your potential customer. And what eventually will happen is very simple. That's when the magic starts to happen. By taking these small little steps, by building the simple funnel, giving great value, simple. So you give value, which leads to an email. And then ultimately what happens is you continue the conversation here. You'll have the conversation with the person. So it's literally very simple. you give value here. This will happens after they join your list. You give them value. So before you actually join the list, you give them value. That leads to the email collection. You collect your email over here. And then once you collect the email, you can have this conversation. There is no selling at all. Your job is to actually have a conversation with the potential customer. As a conclusion here, if you want beginner funnels, I explain to you simply and in the right order. Subscribe to the channel. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comment section. With a simple funnel actually looks like for beginners, that's roughly what we're going to look at in the next video, and in more details what simple funnels are and how you can then also take your funnels to the next level. These are the breakdowns of topics that we'll be covering in the next conversations that we're going to have together on funnels. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.